The US has proposed a draft resolution to the United Nations Security Council that would lift sanctions on Syrian President Al-Sharaa ahead of his scheduled visit to the White House, which is scheduled to happen next week. Now, according to Reuters, the draft resolution submitted by the United States would also lift sanctions on Syria's Interior Minister, Anas Khattab, alongside Al-Sharaa himself. However, it was not immediately clear when a UNSC vote would be held. To be adopted, a resolution needs at least 9 votes in favor and no vetoes by any of the 5 permanent members, that is Russia, China, US, France and Britain. Syria's political landscape changed last December after former President Bashar al-Assad was ousted after over 13 years of civil war in Syria. He was removed after a lightning offensive led by the Islamist group HTS, a former affiliate of Al-Qaeda. A number of HTS members, including its leader Al-Sharaa and Khattab, are under UN sanctions, such as travel bans, asset freezes and arms embargoes. For months, Washington has been urging the 15-member Security Council to ease sanctions on Syria. UN sanction monitors have reported no active ties between Al-Qaeda and HTS this year. This has bolstered America's argument for allowing sanctions relief. Al-Sharaa has already been granted travel exemptions by a UN sanctions committee this year, and this means that his visit abroad is still likely to proceed even if the draft UN resolution is not adopted before the high-stakes White House meeting. Al-Sharaa's White House visit would mark the first such trip by a Syrian president. During the visit, he is reportedly expected to sign an agreement on joining the US-led coalition against ISIS. Back in May, Trump had announced a major US policy shift when he said he would lift American sanctions on Syria. The Senate has already passed legislation that would repeal a 2019 sanctions law that placed severe restrictions on the Syrian economy. However, critics have been wary about easing pressure on the new government in Damascus, particularly after hardline elements of Al-Sharaa's former rebel forces were implicated in deadly sectarian violence earlier this year.